I know this guy doesn't really need an introduction, but I got to know Sean a few years ago. We've done a lot together. I really appreciate that he took this presentation to the next level. He's calling it "Do as I say, not as I do." I'm going to step out of the way and let Mr.
What's
Oz
up, everybody?
go.
Is everybody having a good time? All right, let's get this started.
Let's start today out with a huge welcome to each and every one of you here at SpinUp 2023. It's always such a pleasure joining Kelly, seeing old friends, and making new ones here at these events. I'm beyond honored that Kelly actually asked me to come back and share everything I've learned on my YouTube journey with you. Hopefully when we leave here today, we will all go home privy to new information that none of us knew before this day started.
There's sea lion. What's a sea lion?
This year I want to bring you along with me as we explore and deep dive into the back end of YouTube, sharing with you the financials and stats of my channel side by side with a good friend of mine who has successfully cracked the YouTube code. He has proved that you can go full-time on YouTube with as low as 8,000 subscribers. And now, as he's fast approaching 200,000 subscribers, he has turned it into a proper business and has even employed other people. Today, we will be going over changing your mindset so that you can think of YouTube as a full-on business instead of a job or just a hobby. Depending on what it is you want to achieve, this could be the difference between making it or staying employed by someone else and wishing that you worked for yourself. I'll be briefing you on the confrontational debate on shorts versus long-form content. And depending on where you're at on your YouTube journey, shorts could potentially do more harm than good. And last but not least, we'll not only be talking about video editing, but I will show you some of my thought process and share with you some tips and tricks to help you get better engagement and watch time. By showing and not telling your story, you're gonna get better watch time, longer engagement, which all equals more money for you. And when you leave here today, hopefully you'll be able to implement some of what I've shown you and do what I say and not what I do.
I actually flew out to California just for you guys, just to make that just for SpinUp. That's the only reason I went to California. Not really. There was one mistake I made in that edit. Did anybody notice what it was? Because if anybody can tell me what that is, I made one custom off shirt. And if you guess it right, that shirt's going to be yours. Nobody caught it, right? So because nobody's going to catch these little mistakes, and that's part of this speech, is sometimes good enough is okay. You don't want to go reshoot just for this one little thing. I'll tell you what that mistake is later. I'll give you a little time, and if nobody guesses it, we'll still give this away to somebody. I tattoo for a living. Some of you know that, some of you don't. But that's my day job. YouTube is for fun for me and a little extra income. I really love my day job. So I don't really focus so much about if I make a lot of money on YouTube. It would be nice. I'm sure everybody here would love to make a little extra money, but it's not my priority. I love creativity. I love the mystery of the YouTube algorithm. I'm obsessed with that. And yeah, there is a mystery to that YouTube algorithm. Every time you think you have it figured out, it changes again and again and again. But there are a few things that stay consistent on making money with YouTube. One thing with YouTube is you want to sort of think outside the box if you want to make money with it or make a living at it. You do need to think of it as a business. How many of you guys obviously have day jobs that don't do YouTube full-time? I assume nobody here really does YouTube full-time, right? Does anybody do YouTube full-time? Even Ken, do you do YouTube full-time? No? You get like a half raise? No? Who loves their day jobs? Oh, okay, a couple people actually love their day jobs. Who hates their day jobs? Who wish they worked for themselves? Like had the freedom to do what they want, when they want, anytime you want it. Anybody here wish they had that? Okay, most of us. That is what I think most of us want to do YouTube for, because if you can succeed on YouTube, that's really the end goal, is that you work for yourself. It's a business, not a job anymore. And if you own your own business, typically it's because you love what you're doing. I'm gonna go over a lot of things that sort of like go over that mindset, thinking of YouTube as not a job, more of a business, and hopefully some of this stuff that we go over will help you figure out a way to do it for yourself. To get monetized, last I checked, you had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours to watch them. You can't even be monetized on YouTube anymore. It used to be you just instantly monetize if you want to. With shorts, I think you have to have 10 million views, which is a ridiculous amount of views on shorts. We're gonna get into shorts later. I think shorts can be detrimental to your channel once you're established. They actually can really, really hurt your long form content. So once you've done all this, one of the key things is consistency, especially when you first start out. Posting regularly, staying with the niche content, all these kind of things help get you there a little quicker. Once you get monetized, honestly, subs are sort of a bragging rights. Sorry, I almost said something else. Sorry about that. I got PG. Subscribers are bragging rights, right? So once you get a certain amount of subscribers, they don't do anything for you. Nothing. There's like maybe one thing that they actually do, which the exception is that most companies out there are ignorant when it comes to how the back end of YouTube works. So what they do is they look at your subscribers and they might say, oh, well, this guy's got 100,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers. Let's send him a drone. He's going to get a ton of views. And that's not necessarily true. You can have almost no subscribers and tons of views. Just because people are watching your content doesn't always mean that they're clicking and subscribing. The only other benefit to subscribers is growing a community. And that is a huge benefit in the sense that that community can help you make other sources of income off your videos. But before we get into all that, let's dive into some actual analytics. And this is stuff I want to share because this is stuff you don't hear a lot of people talk about. I want to show you guys my channel back end and when I used to make more money on YouTube. And now after deserting YouTube for a little while because of some things in my life that happened a couple years ago, I pretty much almost gave up on YouTube for a while. When they tell you that YouTube doesn't punish you for that, it's lies. They punish you in a sense. It's not like they go out, oh, this channel's not doing this. That's not how they punish you. It's just when you're not constantly uploading, over time, your stats just drop. Your money drops. Everything drops over time. So let's go into my channel first. And this is my overlay of my channel, which I took this screenshot a few days ago. We were at, 54,000 subscribers? And I think from there to here, we just broke 55. My goal is 100,000 if I make money or not at it, because I really want a silver play button. I started this in 2008 with a videos airbrushing, and I sort of wish I had kept doing art because one of the most searched terms on YouTube is how to draw, and that's what I do for a living. So it was really a stupid mistake. I didn't just stay with that. I am planning on an entire rebrand of the channel this winter, which means I'll redo the thumbnails, the pictures, the bios, everything. I'm gonna take it from less drone content. I mean, there'll still always be drone content. Even the videos, I don't know how many of you actually watch my videos that aren't drone related in the titles. Even when they're not, I still use the drones, the action cameras, and all that kind of stuff to make those. Sort of like the video we watched at the beginning. There was no drones in that because Malibu is a no-fly zone. So if you're just starting out and you want to start growing, try to think of something you love a lot and keep that niche down. Personally, my channel is not niched. I jump all over the place, from snowboarding content to GoPro content, teaching you how to use a GoPro, to teaching you how to use drones, to showing you just gorgeous mountain footage like you saw at the beginning. Just because you're not niched doesn't mean you can't grow and you can't make a living off of it. You can. It's just a much slower process. So if you hate your day job and you want to do it faster, don't jump all over the place. Don't do what I do. Get out there, niche down to one particular subject. My friend Henrik from Tech Drone Media, any of you guys watch his channel? He and I talk a lot about statistics and back-end stuff. And he switched over to doing only, I think it was the Mini 2 or 3. And for a long time, he did nothing but mini videos. And he saw a substantial increase in his subscriber and view count. This is my buddy John the Buckhouse. You guys probably don't watch his channel. Maybe some of you do know him. Oh, you do? Excellent. He is about to break 200,000. When he and I met, I think he was at like 4,000 subscribers and I was around the same. His content is very niched, but it's also seasonal. During the winter, it blows up. During the summer, it dies. So he has to plan for that when he's thinking of it as a business. With that many views, there's a lot of people that have a lot of subscribers that don't make what he makes. And that's because of the way he thinks of it. And him and I also constantly talk about the back end of YouTube and how to make money with it. You notice his page there, that logo is actually him on the snowboard, and he's made stickers that he sells on his channel. When you see his sticker sales, you're gonna drop, your jaw's gonna drop. So let's look at this real quick. I'm gonna dim these lights maybe. You guys can't see that with these lights on, can you? So this is my channel and his channel side by side. So this is just an overview, and you can see the views. I've got 108,000. That counts shorts, long form, everything all mixed into one. This is just for 28 days. Currently, I'm only making $148 in 28 days. Last month, I made like $250 or something, and it's dropping because last month I barely posted any videos. So again, if you're not posting, it instantly starts to tank. Back 2 years ago, I was making over $2,000 a month just on views alone. And when I stopped posting then, that $2,000 took, give or take, 6 months before it really started dropping till it became this. And it's been a struggle trying to get it back ever since. He posts a video every single day. Whether it's about going out and snowboarding or reviewing snowboard gear, it's always something to do with that niche. And that keeps people subscribing to him. It builds his community. So when he gets into a live chat and he does a live stream once a week, tons of super chats, just like Ken over there. If you don't do live streams consistent, you don't get people to show up. I did live streams for a while. Some of you guys might remember that. Some of you probably jumped in on them. You notice I haven't done them in a very long time because I don't really want to start that consistency. I don't have that in my day-to-day life where I can be that consistent with a live stream right now. So I just dropped it completely. So you see with him, he's only made $2,200, which is very low for him right now because snowboard season is not started yet. Now that will start changing for him soon. Now this is, I think, a 2-year window. This is a great example of seasonal. You see how he peaks up through the winter? Dead during the summer, peaks up. He's been trying so hard to get his summer content to pop, so he's doing stuff like wakeboarding to try to be similar to snowboarding, but it's just still not popping like his winter content. Where if you see my peaks, they're just all over the place whenever I happen to post a video that does better than another video. This is, I think we did 2 years here, and I made $16,000 extra dollars in 2 years, and he made $151,000. And that's just off views. His sticker sales and merch, that's where it really goes crazy. Here we're looking at 2 videos with very close to similar views. I've got $3,000 off this one video about Burton step-on bindings, which is a binding for a snowboard. Here he's made $1,400 off this one video. But the catch is not the views, it's the watch time that gets you the money. The longer people watch your video, the more money you make. Part of the problem with shorts. Make almost nothing off shorts. It's ridiculous. I got 1.7 thousand subscribers off that video. He got 1.8. The money is all about the retention. You can see the graph here on mine. Again, not seasonal, so it's not up and down like his. This is still that 2-year window. 3 million views on my long form content. We've got 7.5 click-through rate. Does anybody know what click-through rate means here? Click-through rate is your thumbnail, basically. Like everybody knows Netflix, right? So when you're going through Netflix, what do? You're scrolling through. First thing you see is the little thumbnail. If it catches your eye, you read the title of the movie, and then you possibly click it to go in further, right? To see maybe a description. That's click-through rate. That's summed up exactly how big companies use click-through rate. Your thumbnails are the very first thing people see. We're visual creatures, and it's so damn important to get that millisecond as people are scrolling through videos. If you don't catch them with the thumbnail, then you have less chance of getting them. See, he's got 4.8. I get 7.5. Another catch is the average view percentage. Mine's 3 minutes and 22 seconds. His is 4:49. That's the retention once again. The retention is how long they're watching your video. The longer they watch your video, the more YouTube pays you. If you're turning this into a business, that is the end goal, right? You want to love it, but you want to get paid. You're doing this as a full-time project. We're talking 40 to 80 hours a week you want to put into this if you're doing it full-time. And it's really hard to balance that with another job. This is probably really hard to see, so I'll read off some of it. The top thing here is not subscribed versus subscribed. Currently, I have like 95% of my viewers aren't subscribed. 4.7 are. Now, that number is so drastic, once again, because of shorts. If you get a viral short and they don't subscribe, it skews all your numbers. If you want to build up to make money off of YouTube, you need that community to be able to use other means to make money. You cannot rely on views alone. If you do, you're doing it wrong. You see, Jonathan's subscribed versus non-subscribed is 75 to 25. His community is definitely stronger, which lets him sell so much more and build up sponsorships, brand deals, and so many other ways to make money off of it. This is a video I made a long time ago. It's a 2-minute timer, and I made it because at the time I had a stepdaughter who would brush her teeth for 10 seconds, and it's a 2-minute clip to make her brush her teeth longer. The reason I'm sharing it with you is because I put it up on YouTube so it would just be easy for her to click on and use at any time. It ended up going viral, and you can see it's got over 1.2 million views on a 2-minute timer. timer. It's made me $1,600 over that amount of time. Teachers use it in their classroom, and the comments on it are from kids using it with Minecraft, and it's just bizarre, the stuff that this gets. My point of showing this with you is two things. One, you never know what's going to go viral. You really don't. So if you throw a video up here and there that's not with your niche, it's not going to kill your channel. So don't be scared of that. Have fun with it, but don't constantly veer off to other things if you're really trying to grow it as a business. This is a subject that a lot of people talk about. Do any of you watch shorts on YouTube? Do you watch more long form or shorts? I personally think YouTube is a long form content, and shorts was made to sort of compete with Instagram and TikTok. That's my views. I've talked to a lot of bigger subscribers about shorts. Myself and them all have the exact same view. Once you're sort of established, shorts kill your channel because you get all these people that watch these shorts, and they're not going from the short to a long form video. They're just going to the next short, and it's usually not yours. If you're just starting out, shorts are great because you can get a lot of subscribers really, really, really fast with shorts. But once you get to that monetized rate, personally, I would suggest staying far away from shorts on your channel for the most part, if not completely. I know some people have completely removed them because they've damaged their channel so much. When I say damage their channel, I'm talking about money. They've damaged their money. I would shy away from posting shorts as often as possible on YouTube. There is the argument that you can link now to your long form content, but that is also few and far between. What happens with a lot of these people, let me go to this next
Shorts
page
to the devil.
here. Yeah, shorts are the devil. That doesn't mean don't do shorts, especially if you're just starting out. If you don't have a lot of subscribers, when you see some of these numbers I'm going to show you on shorts, the amount of subscribers you can get when one does take off is ridiculous. But to me, the YouTube algorithm is broken. You put a new video out, you hit submit, it pushes it to your subscribers first, especially once you're more established, right? If you have a certain amount of subscribers, it sort of flashes out to them so people can see it or not see it. If your subscribers go, that's snowboard. I must follow him for drones. I don't want to watch that. If enough do that, YouTube goes, oh, that video sucks. We're not going to push it out to anybody else. Now, that doesn't mean the video is dead forever. It can eventually, someone can see it and share it somewhere, and then it goes viral. I had that happen with a video about Pennsylvania mine, an old abandoned mine out in Colorado. I took the drones, flew around, but I didn't label it anything to do with drones. So my subscribers, even though the whole video is drones, didn't even click on it, and that video got just a couple hundred views. Years later, somebody posted it on some things that do in Colorado webpage, and it got thousands of views overnight. You don't take off old videos thinking, oh, it's dead, never gonna get views. It can happen still. I personally think YouTube should push out the videos to non-subscribers first, using keywords, tags, titles. Find people that's into that content, that watches that stuff. I mean, their algorithm's smart enough to do it. I don't know why they don't do it. They should. At that point, we should use our playlist. And you're all familiar. All our channels have playlists. So you can section one is drones, one is GoPros, one is whatever. And you think of the channel as a channel on TV. You think of the playlist as different shows. And I think if YouTube did that and put it out in front of people actually into those videos, then it doesn't break the algorithm in the sense that your video, it lets you have non-niche content, basically, is what I'm getting at. For me, niching down would make me completely abandon YouTube. If all I could make was a drone video every day about drones or an instruction video or something like that, I would go crazy. I would either blow my head off or I'd quit YouTube. This pretty drastic either way.
What about tags, hashtags? What purpose do those serve in your videos and comments?
Years ago, they used to serve a lot. Now they don't serve as much. I have videos that I'll forget to put hashtags on, and they still do really, really well.
Hashtags, as I understand it, they end up getting grouped. So if you hashtag, Mini 4, any other video about Mini 4,
yeah.
If you click on that,
I was thinking regular tags.
You're thinking of tags in the
yeah.
when you do the description and the tags. Is that your understanding, Ken? Like that a hashtag in the title or in the description will lead you to other videos about that topic.
That's exactly how a hashtag works.
I don't pay a lot of attention to tags, but I will put stuff in there like misspellings of my name. And if you put free stock footage in there on the tags.
I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ken's tip.
Yeah.
So this is a drone short I did, and it went viral. I'd say 14.5 million views is viral. Any of you seen it? Any of you seen this video? It's turtle mode. It's a drone. It's a couple seconds long. It just flips. That's it. And it's got that many views. And look at the amount of subscribers that I've gotten from that. Almost 16,000 subscribers. And I guarantee you those people, mostly coming from India, that's where most of these viewers on this video come from, are not watching my long form content, which then because of the broken algorithm, I post out something, I've got 16,000 subscribers, the majority will not click on my other stuff, tells YouTube, my videos suck, and then they don't get views. That's the biggest issue with shorts. Now, that doesn't mean that that's like that for everybody. It doesn't mean every video you put out as a short isn't gonna go to your subscribers. The general rule of these people who are already established are all saying the same thing, and when people don't watch your other content, what happens? Your revenue drops. Once you've got your established subscriber amount to be monetized, it's just bragging rights, except for getting product from companies. It really is, unless you're just going for that silver play button. Here's a short, similar views on Jonathan's channel and my channel. 2.1 million views, $1.50. $1.50, that's all I made on that short. 2 million views. A long form content video would maybe get 1,000 views and I'd still make more than that. Another short, this is more common. A lot of shorts tend to get about 2,000 views. That seems to be a pretty common number for shorts. 19 cents and 36 cents.
Why do they spike up? You see this big elevation, and then it levels off. It's like YouTube was promoting it.
Well, that happens on long form too. I see that all the time on long form where videos just climbing.
If it's succeeding, that's why I don't understand why. I mean, I know nobody here works for Google, but if it's succeeding, why would they cut you off? Why wouldn't they just, success should bring more success?
And here's the catch is YouTube will never, you can sit down and talk to them about this stuff if you can get in touch with someone, and they will not tell you how the algorithm works. They don't want you to know because they don't want someone to crack the code. Someone like Mr. Beast obviously has cracked the code. I mean, he gets retention. And again, the longer your retention on long form, the more it gets shown to other people. The bigger your click-through rate on your thumbnail, the more it gets shown to people to have the chance to get that longer retention. I think when you're new, you can jump around your niche and you can be all over the place because you haven't established what your niche is yet. Somebody who comes to your channel and watches it, they're not going to be like, oh, he's this, and it's only this. It gives you a little window of opportunity when you first start to play around a little bit to find what you are passionate about. And again, if you want to do this as a living, you need to have some passion behind this because you're going to be doing the same thing over and over unless you're happy with your day job and you don't care if you make a living at it. Then it's a creative outlet. It's something for you to do. You can get more artistic with it. You can have more fun with it. Doesn't mean you can't do that in your niche, but you also don't want to get burned out. I was going to talk about this in a minute, but we'll talk about it now. So if you're into drones and you're doing your content just about drones, and then all of a sudden you become a drone videographer for real estate, and that is now your job, you're going to get burned out. You're not going to want to do all the drone stuff for YouTube at some point. You do it for years, and you will get burnt out. I'm burnt out on drones. I fly for myself so much that I don't record for YouTube anymore, especially with FPV stuff. Once FPV started coming out, it brought the love back to drones. There was a point that I almost deserted drones completely with just regular camera drones. They were just becoming so boring. And FPV just sort of brought that back, which has then brought me back to the Air 3 and going for all this telephoto lens stuff in the mountains, like those shots at the beginning where you can see that parallax. That's my goal right now is to go out and film parallaxes in the mountains. It's just gorgeous. If you are serious about YouTube, grow your community fast with that small niche. If you get your subscribers up to a certain point and you want to switch later on to different content, do it. A lot of people on YouTube do that. They'll have a niche, and then one day all of a sudden their content's completely different. But if you do that when you're younger in the channels and your subscribers aren't there and you do it young, nobody wants to see you go on vacation. Nobody wants to. They don't know you. But if you build it up through that niche and then they get to know you and you start letting little bits of your personal life in here and there, that builds this connection, and it builds what you call a super fan. And a super fan is the guy who's buying your stickers. Knowing that the YouTube algorithm is broken, if you want to do it for a business, you know it's broken. So use it. Use that broken algorithm to your advantage. Again, the small niche, learning how to keep that retention, keep it up, because a lot of channels don't respond to all the comments. They don't. And it's so easy to respond to comments because on your app, if you have the Creator app, it tells you what comments you haven't responded to. Throw a thumbs up, throw something. These people took time out of their day to respond to your content that you made. So give them the decency of responding back. And that helps build the community because then they feel a connection to you. Because a lot of channels don't respond to every comment or even half of them.
Yeah, let me ask you real quick, how many people care about that? In this room, if someone responds, if a YouTuber responds to a comment, is that a positive thing? Yes. Yeah, universal, right? Across the board.
I think a lot of YouTubers don't realize that, and they don't respond.
Hey, can I add something to this?
Oh, please do, Ken.
YouTube is the second largest search engine behind Google.
Correct.
It's very often where I will go if I'm editing something and I want to find out how do I use this green screen, and some 11-year-old tells me how to do it. So people crave information. That's why Bardwell's channel does so well. I don't think a lot of people go there for Bardwell's personality. Eventually, after you become a Bardwell information fan, then you're like, oh yeah, he's pretty cool. I think that's what happened with me, is because I do give infotainment, a little bit of info, and then people are like, okay, this guy's kind of wacky. And then eventually what happened, I got like a solid 3,000 people that would watch anything I put up there. You know,
Exactly.
Like, I'm going to paint my toenails today. I
Exactly.
get comments from pretty much everybody in this room. Nice job, Nick. Nice color on your toes. You know, like it wouldn't matter. So that's great. That's what you have to do to ingratiate yourself with your audience.
Exactly. I'm glad Ken's here because he actually just is living proof of what I just said. And that is great because you do need thick skin.
And Sean does actually paint his toenails. So
fingernails usually.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah,
actually why another point on my thick skin. I wear eyeliner. I wear fingernail polish. I get people that constantly
You need
say,
to put a
I
video-
can't watch your video. You wear fingernail polish. I'm out of here. I'm like,
you need
thanks
to
for
put a
letting me know,
video
buddy.
up of yourself painting your fingernails.
Actually,
See how
I
that
usually
does.
go to a salon with a girl.
No, you when you do his tattoo, paint his fingernails too. Manny Petty.
There we go. Nothing wrong with that. Now, it's funny because people will make comments like that about those videos when they are painted, and I don't have them painted all the time, but when I had my stepdaughter, that was one of her favorite things to do, is sit around and giggle and paint my nails. And so now for me, there's actually a reason for it besides this, that I was in a band. It reminds me of that time in my life, so I keep that memory alive. Now, does somebody take the time to learn that on YouTube? No, of course not. They just leave a hateful comment and go on, and you can have fun with it. And if you can get them to write back, they write back, and then you can do it again and again and again, and it builds up interaction, which just helps your channel.
If you go and you see a content creator, there's always that one video that will always pop back into your head. Every single time you see their name, you can visualize it, etc. And it's a bunny suit and a playground at midnight.
Well, that sounds interesting, Ken. Did you have candy with you for the children,
Ice
too?
cream truck.
So to make money, don't rely just on your views. That's the mistake so many of us make. I made that mistake at the very beginning, too. You don't have to have very many subscribers, or any really, to set up an affiliate program with most companies. Amazon affiliates, a very popular one. A lot of people use Amazon. So if you're talking about a product, I have affiliates to all the gear I'm using linked in my every video in the description. If it's a particular video I'm talking more extensively, then I make sure to mention that that's down in there. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people are like, oh, I don't ever mention that my links are down in there. Some YouTubers don't do that. It's a business. Why wouldn't you? I own my tattoo shop. You don't think I go out with business cards, and when I'm at a bar, I say, oh, yeah, you got a tattoo? Here you go. It's a business. Your goal is to make money with the business, not to fail. Cards are cheap. Stickers are cheap, too, and you're going to love the sticker stuff. So stickers are great. Now, if you've got a logo, and if it's a business, you should have a logo. You should make a logo. If you have any special talents, use those. If you want to sell pictures of your drones, you want to do a calendar, take your drone shots, make a calendar. There's all kinds of services. You can sell anything you want. Each video should be a promotion for yourself. You know how you watch other people's videos and they say, oh, today's sponsor is? Well, today's sponsor is Sean Oz. Sorry, Kelly, I caught myself there. And you're promoting yourself. Your channel is you, whether you put your name as the title or you come up with some other name. I used to just do my channel as Sean Oz. Now it's World of Oz because I've had that website, whatever. It just encompassed everything I do. Use it to promote yourself, whatever you do, whatever that talent is, whatever you're able to sell. Maybe you crochet, I don't know. Do whatever you do and sell it, use it, promote it, even if it's just a blurb in your video. Try to remember to do it in every one. When I was making $2,000 a month just on views, I was doing that. I was selling stickers, merch, everything, and I was making tons of extra money on that stuff on top of the $2,000. I have not picked that back up yet, and I've seen that dramatically change my channel, and that's why you're seeing such low numbers for mine right now. Brand deals and sponsorships. So my buddy Jonathan, Insta360 gives him, I think, $2,000 to $4,000 a month. I can't remember the number. Every month to use his content, and then he also has an affiliate with them. So he's got a sponsorship that's a yearly deal he signs to use just their products. He can no longer use GoPros. It's okay, and so 360 makes a great camera. So that's all right. Don't sign a sponsorship with a deal with a program with companies that suck, because then you're stuck with it, okay? And you can't use other products when you do that. You do usually have to have that higher subscriber amount because, again, you can say, I've got 30-something million views, but I only got 10,000 subscribers, and the company is like, oh, okay, you only have 10,000 subscribers. And you're like, but I have all these views. They're a little backwards. They don't look at that. They look at subscriber numbers. It's like this weird double-edged sword on subscribers being bragging rights and being able to be used to further your business. So this next slide, this blows my mind. This is sticker sales for 1 year. $40,000 Jonathan made in sticker sales. $40,000. Does that not blow your mind? It blows my mind. I can't believe it. Like sticker sales. He sells stickers from anywhere from $4 to I think $12, depending on the package of stickers you get. He sends out stacks daily like this, envelopes just full of stickers because of his community, because of his super fans. All the things I'm talking about, this is what it leads to, making money off other stuff. This doesn't even include hats, beanies, jackets, hoodies, just stickers.
It's the snowboarders.
Well, it is. People, snowboarders do. But how many of you have stickers for your drones? It's not just the snowboarders. It's not. Don't say that. It's everybody. People like stuff like that. People like doing that. When my channel was peaking, I was working on stickers for your goggles. I draw for a living. I made all these crazy zombie stickers for eyes and teeth to put on your drones, and I never got around to actually releasing them to any of you. And they were going to be like mix and match sticker sheets. So, ooh, I like the eyes from this one. I want the teeth from this one. I want this googly eye. I want this zombie eye. And you can mix your own. And they're still sitting there. Maybe one day I'll do it for you. Look at this and think of what else can you promote? What else can you do? Maybe you I don't know, you have, you make hot pads. I don't know, you do clay, whatever. It doesn't have to be drone. What do you do? What do you excel at? Chris makes knives. Do you mention your knives in all your videos? Do you sell your knives?
Some. That's kind of a personal deal that I just don't let go everywhere.
Okay, but if you wanted to sell them, you could put them in all your videos, even if it's drone videos. Maybe you open something with your knife in the video. Oh, if you like this knife, buy it in the video. Again, no matter what your size is, collab with other video creators. Kelly and I met, I don't even think I had 10,000 subscribers, or somewhere close to that when I met Kelly, and he was over 100,000 at that point. And my dad lives out here, and I'd been watching his content, and this is when I think the original Mavic was still the main big drone at that point. Oh, yeah, the Evo had just come out. That's true, yeah. And we used those Epson goggles. We met at my dad's. I reached out to him, and I was shocked that he reached back out to me and he was willing to collab. Now, when you collab with a big creator, don't do it for views. Don't do it for subscribers because you won't get any. There is no connection to you in their content. Their subscribers are watching for them, and it's like, oh, I'm here with Sean Oz today. And who the hell's Sean Oz? I don't care. Do it to watch how they film. Watch what they're doing with their cameras. Then go watch their edit when they're done and learn. You just saved yourself $20,000. You don't got to go to college. You're learning how to edit by working with other content creators. You're learning to break it apart, figure out what they do so that you can become better and learn what they've done to get where they're at. That's the point of collaborating with somebody else and to just have a damn good time. And if you become bigger, don't not work with someone younger or smaller than you because you can learn from them too. Entertainment versus instructional content. A lot of people just sit down at a desk and like, today we're going to be talking about the DJI Mavic Air 3, and I'm going to go over with you what we're going to do. There's instructional videos out there, and a lot of people watch that stuff. My dad's that's what he uses YouTube for. He gets on the other day, yesterday, he calls me. He's like, do you know how to get to this battery in this car? And I was like, go to YouTube, Dad. Boom. That's what he does. Skips forward to the part that actually solves his problem. Off the video. Watches a few seconds of it, that's it. There's other people who do entertainment. And then there's people that mix the two. And to me, and Ken's actually brought this up, infotainment. To me, that's sort of the win-win because it's instructional, it teaches people things, but it keeps people entertained throughout the whole process. And if you can figure that out and you can pull off that combination of the two things, then you get longer retention. And what does longer retention mean?
Money.
That's right. If you're doing it as a business, that's what it's all about. High energy versus low energy. So if you grab the camera and you're like, we're going out, we're going to go fly a drone today, we're going to go, this is a cool mountain, we're going to do that. Is that fun? That's boring as hell, right? Or if you jump up and you grab it and you're like, hey everybody, how's it going today? We are here in the mountains and we are going to take the DJI Mavic Air 3 or whatever and we're going to see if we can crash it. Which was more entertaining, which is going to keep you watching. Especially when you see it on the camera because what's in that little box looks so much different than what you guys just saw, right? It looks ridiculous in real life. Hey everybody, how's it going today? We are here in the mountains and we are going to take the DJI Mavic Air 3 or whatever and we're going to see if we can crash it. But when it's framed up in the shot, it looks right. And when you're watching back, the camera knocks the energy down from 100 down to like 80. So if you're starting at 80 or 50, it knocks it down to 20 and it looks really boring. A couple years ago, those of you who saw my speech about the 7-second rule, I think it's turned down to 4 seconds now. Like the attention span that America has dropped from 7 seconds to even lower now. Why you move the shots around and everything else, there's all reasons to just keep your mind going. The sound effects that pop in and top whenever the shot's longer, give your mind something to go, oh, something new happened. The music, incredibly important when you're making videos because that's the mood. Do you want your person sad? Do you want them bored? Do you want them energetic? The music is everything with that. Sound effects. And good enough and done is so much better than perfect and never done. And that has been a huge problem I have is I've become a perfectionist. I want things so done. Like that video at the beginning, that scene from the water, from the ocean to the mountains, I re-edited like 5 times to just knock out like this one little clip when I came out of the water in the ocean. There was a clip where I actually came out and then went back in on accident. And then I tried cutting that out and then moving it and trying to splice it till I finally ended up having to speed ramp through that because the breakup with that clip out looked weird. Like it didn't work. So speed ramping fixed that. The solution came out and it worked. While we're talking about that, did anybody guess what my problem was on that video? Yes.
Jump cut. One jump cut in there that I noticed.
Was it the one where I had my shirt on? Next scene it was off? I should have had this shirt off when I did the towel. Because coming from the back of the trunk to the towel, it would have made sense. But walking and then all of a sudden the shirt's off it was a big issue, but I'd already gotten wet in the ocean. The microphone had been sort of muffled and I was in a hurry, so I was like, no one will notice.
Sean, do we have to have our shirts off to have a successful YouTube channel?
Depends on what you look like. I'd keep yours on, Ken. Well, you got it right, so here's a shirt. It's a one of a kind. All right, we are getting close to the end here. So we basically already talked about all that. That's just talking about PNG files, B-roll. Does anybody not know what B-roll is? Everybody knows what B-roll is? See, you guys are a step ahead already. A lot of people that are getting into this, editing, like if you're just getting into editing with no formal background, you have no clue what B-roll is. PNG files, everybody know what PNG files are? Okay, good, great. Those are the kinds that you overlap. J&L cuts. Anybody know J&L cuts? Anybody not know what a J&L cut is? Very important from talking head stuff. I wish I'd show you. If you want to come up after, I'll pull up an actual edit and I'll show you what they actually do. It helps make the transition from talking scene one to another way smoother and not look unnatural. It's another thing is like when you do the camera move around thing and you're filming like this and you walk by and then you turn it and you walk by again, a big problem people do with that edit is that they actually will let you walk all the way through and then all the way again, and it's very unnatural. When you get where your body is like halfway out of the screen and this much of it is still in, that's where you cut it. And then when it's coming back in, you're already in it. That looks natural on camera. But if you're doing this, letting it go all the way, it's very weird looking in comparison. And show, don't tell. That's important. A lot of us will just talk, and we're not using B-roll. We're not using things that were pointed out. Half the time, you don't even have to talk about what it is. You just do it, right? Like, what's more entertaining, to sit down and listen to somebody talk or to sit down and actually be part of that experience? It's usually the latter. So I'm going to end this up. I'm going to let this next video play. And right when this video is done playing, this is going to be live on the YouTube channel. So if you get any information out of this, just like Steve Jobs would do, now the phones are available. Well, this video will be live as soon as this is over. And if you need to watch it later, you can. Hopefully you guys enjoy this and enjoy this little bit. And I guess if you have any questions when this is over, let me know.
Excuse me. You're 100% right. I wish that every time I went out and I filmed the video, I remembered that showing is more important than telling. But I forget. And when I do, that means that I typically will have to go back out and get B-roll so that I can show what I'm talking about instead of just telling you. And this video I'm working on right now is the perfect example. So let's talk about just a few things in this video I did to make it sort of flow better and to make it more about showing than telling.
I'm a little surprised that the roads down here and past down here have way more rocks on them than up in the mountain. Like, I gotta pay attention, man. Way more than I do up there.
Now that little intro right there, you can see one little bit of B-roll, which is pointing down, showing the rocks in the road, not just talking about it and going, oh, there's rocks in the road, but actually showing on the skateboard, I need to be aware of my surroundings because of what happened to me last year with the whole broken collarbone. I am a little bit sketched on where I'm riding and how I'm riding. I wanted to put my own personal experience for those who have been longtime followers and might know that I shattered my collarbone, that I'm being cautious when I'm out there doing something like that. There I am showing the rocks in the ground, and there was tons more. That just happens to be the shot that I got that I thought looked good as it panned back up to transition to the next phase. And there's a spot right here I'm going to be adding B-roll to. As I'm talking about up in the mountains where I normally ride, I want to actually show by breaking it up, sort of like what we talked about a couple years ago with the 7-second rule, and having it sort of jump around to showcase my environment and where I'm actually at versus just talking and talking and talking.
I'm a little surprised that the roads down here and past down here have way more rocks on them than up in the mountain. Like, I gotta pay attention, man. Way more than I do up there.
Let's skip ahead to another example. If you were at the other SpinUp when I did a speech, you'll notice there are some blue dots down on the music bar so that I know when the beat changes, because from that talking example, it goes into an overview showing you where I'm going. Not just saying, hey, I'm going to Chick-fil-A, I'm going to do this and that. It actually sort of shows the transition from me skating with the rocky road, ending up at Chick-fil-A, drinking a tasty beverage that Billy Kyle recommended to me years ago. So let's just watch how it transitions from the skateboard to some drone shots being put in, since this video is about drones, and how it sort of ties together.
That's where I'm going. Right over there. Billy Kyle turned me on to these frosted lemonades. They're delicious.
So you notice there was blue markers for all the beats that I wanted to transition and go from scene to scene, with the drone shots being put into those as well now. And this video is about the Avata, even though those drone shots look like they could be done with something like the Mini 2 or the Air 3. So you also notice how it skims around, shows the Chick-fil-A, doesn't just talk about me going there. I don't even mention that I'm going to Chick-fil-A. I show you that I'm going to Chick-fil-A, because showing helps push the story more than me just sitting down doing talking head and saying, let's go to Chick-fil-A and get that drink. I really don't want to use too much time just talking to the camera about a whole bunch of stuff that really doesn't have anything to do with it. Now, when you are doing talking head, just like you've noticed in the video you're watching right now, I'm going back and forth, cropping in, cropping back out whenever my thought process sort of stops and I have to rethink what I'm saying. And that's a great way to get out ums, the you knows. So all the little stupid little things we say as our brain is thinking about what we're gonna say next. And sometimes I actually know what I'm gonna say next. I stop and just zoom the camera in. So as I'm scrolling through this, you'll see I've got a lot of the B-roll, which is drone shots and just talking head and going out from something like this where it's a drone shot backing away.
I'm gonna show you how we can achieve that. Now I can't say
I transition
exactly
into something like that with a little motion instead of just talking head. And if you haven't seen this video, it is on my channel. You in the back, put your phone away. You can look it up later. Don't watch it now. Plenty of time to skim through the channel and watch all these videos at a later date to see what I'm implementing here and how I implement it in other videos. This B-roll shot was taken on site. It's just talking about the controller and having a tilt wheel. And instead of just talking about it, you show it.
a 3-axis gimbal would. Of course, you have a gimbal tilt wheel on the controller, just like you do most DJI drones or all DJI drones. But the big difference is you're wearing goggles. So because of that, you can actually fly closer to things once you get the spatial awareness of where the drone is versus what the goggles are showing you.
And it's something like that that's just so simple that a lot of the times we forget to include in our videos. Now for this particular video, I really felt I wanted to try something different with B-roll, which is what I'm gonna go out and bring you on field right now so you can see what I'm gonna do to finish this video.
You get to stay in your seats as I go out there and I try to find a nice open field, bring 2 drones and this list, laying out the entire video and figuring out what I need to really pull this video together to make it better than good enough. And keep in mind, there is nothing wrong with good enough. When we're just pumping out YouTube trying to get started, good enough is what you want to shoot for. If you get hung up on things and these great transitions and these crazy amounts of B-roll, one video can take you way too long to make. And when you first start YouTube, it's really about consistency. So let's go ahead and pick up the camera, get you guys outside so you can see how I'm gonna achieve these last few shots. For this particular video that I'm editing currently about the Avata and this list, I wanted to try something really different. So what I did was I went through the list and figured out what I already had footage-wise, what I needed, what was harder to film. A lot of this stuff I've already got footage on my computer from old videos, as well as some of it's just sound effects and overlays I want to do. But a few of these that I've starred, I need to actually go out and film today. And a couple on this list are not easy. This video that I'm working on is about the Avata in the Horizon Steady mode, which lets you use it sort of as a regular camera type drone. And instead of just talking about it, I wanted to show people how the brake function actually worked, and doing that is not easy. So to achieve that, we have the Air 3 and my Avata down here in this bag, and we're gonna put the Air 3 up to give or take around 200 feet, and I'm gonna do my damnedest to fly the Avata and do some kind of barrel roll or something flippy floppy thing, hit that emergency brake or throw it into normal mode right in front of the Air 3 so that it corrects itself and goes into a hover. Now, you don't have to be this extensive in your B-roll, you really don't, but the point of this is showing what something does goes a whole lot further than just talking about it. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and try things differently.
Take off.
No clue I'm gonna pull this off. First thing I'm gonna do is go up to the same height. We're just going straight up because I know I went out a bit. Should be getting close to it. All right, there it is actually. I'm gonna drop down to 300 feet. That's so dope. But with this drone, there's a brake feature. You can switch it right back into normal and it just hovers, just goes right into place. You can be completely upside down and hit the brake or switch it to normal and it will flip upright and just hover there. So you can go up 200 feet in the air and start practicing, and if it starts to drop towards the ground, pop one of those safety features on, get it back in normal mode, fly it back up, switch it to manual again, and try again. Bro, shut up. Ugh, there's always something my videos up. This is another one of those do what I say, not what I do things. One of those moments that I'm gonna suggest to you, check your footage before you go home. Check it, just because if you had to go out and get this B-roll, get this footage, and then you get home and you realize, ah, crap, then you gotta go out and do it again. Don't be a me.
Who thinks that sounds like Highway to the Danger Zone? Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. I know he put a lot of effort into that. And you know, as you know, making YouTube videos, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort. But there are those little tweaks you can do. You know, it really, why not set yourself up for success, like you said? You know, ultimately, if you're gonna see a video, I always say it this way, you know, if you spent hours and hours for 10 people to watch a video, wouldn't you rather spend those hours and have 100 or 1,000 people watch that video?